great granny used to say about people like this? She used to say this. She said, "Oh, you want Judas? You the Judas priest." Oh man, Codex Gigas, I know that you can relate to this. I know you can, Codex. I see your wicked ways. You know who you remind me of? You remind me of a new, twisted, demented version of Miss Cleo. I used to read your fortunes and stuff back in the day on BET. Gal, you know what I talk about. Quiet about with your blasphemous ways. Look, Candace. No. For all respectful purposes, on this channel right here, Mogul Mindframe, we will never repeat your name. We will never put your name in the description. We will not feed the beast. We will not. So for everybody from now on that I don't like, not because I personally disdain them as a human being, but because a lot of the comments that they make are very discerning and disheartening. And I understand sensationalism, and I understand the need to want to run and join the enemy. Like, I get it. Like, some people, being a sellout is who they are. There's a story about the Guanche people on Guanche Island. There's actually a statue of one of the sellouts that sold out the Guanche people to have them exterminated and eliminated from history. And they're no longer a people, they're gone. They've been assimilated and the rest murdered. When you hear stories like that, it reminds you of Mrs. Codex Gigas here. That's her name, Codex Gigas. I mean, you ask her who Lord Farmer is. Let's find out. Hopefully that doesn't put my meager existence in any jeopardy, Miss Gigas. But, you know, sometimes you gatekeepers have your way of manipulating death around you and pretending like, you know, it hasn't yielded. But I digress, Miss Gigas. Miss Codex Gigas. I mean, the name fits you so perfectly. You know? I mean, how do you sleep at night? I guess in the arms of one of the farmers as they're trimming your cherry trees, huh? But you see, no matter how many asses you kiss, no matter how many pieces of anatomy of the different genders end up in your mouth, we understand that the serpent actually has two tongues, two different receptors, one for wickedness and one for evil. But there is no dualism and devilism, Miss Gigas. You know, it must be hard being a failed college student and then trying to suck your way to the top. But no matter how many of these gentlemen you top off, you're only good for a few butt demons, and then they'll get rid of you. You're like Aleister Crowley's toilet paper. No, you're worse than his toilet paper. You're like his toilet bowl pipes, and never get clean. They just have like years of shit flushed down them. Ma'am, if I were you, I would turn a new leaf away from you know, the other route. I'm not saying you need religion in any form or fashion, or even that religion needs you, because neither any of them are the latter. Because in order to be a religious person, you would have to be humble, ma'am. You would have to be more than humble. You'd have to be Christ-like. But not have you only lost the respect of millions of people around the world. Do you think those that you serve respect you at all? Could you really believe that with the history in this country of absolute abhorrent and blatant, almost childlike behavior towards mass death? You know, these people are the lizard people spoken about in the garden, the serpent. And you want to get in bed with people that you should have enmity from, but you don't. You have the very nature of the woman who was deceived by the shrewdest being in the garden. Your attempts at trying to do anything righteous will continuously be a curse to you until you become humble, because your disrespect of humanity for a demon. Yes, I said it, Miss Gigas, demon. Check the etymology of the men that you call law enforcement. Calls them a demon. I wonder why. It says something about Australian origins. Well, that would only make sense considering that they took an indigenous island, murdered all the people on it, and turned it into a prison camp for Europe's most disdainful people. Who knows what sort of bestiality took place on that island. That's why we have kangaroos, strange marsupial animal that we don't even know its origins. But I imagine its origins have something to do with whoever constructed that terrible wig you wear. Your wig is garbino, basura, straight trash. Get rid of it, it's sewage. Oh yeah, sewage, spell that backwards. Ah, you fucking lady.